Shemai GTA chums, the discount of the week is the Schafter V12. Don't forget to buy the Terabyte if you need that. But this is the car that you want to get if you want to get a good value car that is excellent and sounds awesome. And go to Legendary Motorsport, 4-door, roll down. For the stock variant, it's 69 grand, but I've got the armoured variant here. And you can click armoured if you want to get that for 325 grand. So it is actually, that's not on discount. Ah, it's the 69 grand variant, but I've bought the armored variant because I'm a sucker. But there we go. Um, so ignore the armored variant bit because I've bought that because I wanted to get the armored variant and didn't look at the discount. So yes, let's just modify it and forget that little mistake that I made there. But basically, it's not got these armored panels on the door. That's the difference between the two versions. So we'd still want to do all the armoured upgrades and all that business on this. So brakes, we want to upgrade those. Bumpers, so front bumpers, just look at the options. We've got a few like little um, twiddly bits there just to make it a bit more chubby, I suppose. And I'll go with the Euro bumper. This is based on the S-Class. I think it's an AMG version from the sounds of the engine. 'Cause it sounds like a tractor, a turbo tractor. Carbon rear diffuser. I'm not very convinced by it, but let's do it. Anyway, engine, you need to upgrade to the max. Exhaust. So we've got a few versions. Stock is good. It really fits into that slot there. Maybe the twin. Maybe. But if it's going to be twin, I think I'll do the dual exit one. There we go. Bonnet. Okay, this is more interesting. You've got some vents. You've got carbon is pretty odd looking, but I'm going to go with these vents here. Looks a little bit better, that's all. Lights, plate. All right, so I'm not sure what color I'm going to do. I'll just put the yellow on black. Yeah, that'll do. Actually, shouldn't it be Deutschland? They've been messing with my plates and they keep disappearing. Yeah, I had a Deutschland or Germany plate, but that's disappeared. Respray, primary color, metallic. So hang on, primary color. Oh, right, primary and secondary are, you can see that. The secondary colours up over the top, which is a bit odd really, but I wanted a blue colour, so we're going to go with either ice white or some kind of pale blue. Galaxy blue, they're all too dark. So mariner blue maybe, paler than that. Diamond blue, that's the one, it's surf blue. Diamond blue, that's what I want. Secondary colour. Now, let's go back to the metallics and just have a look. Is that pulling it's not pulling up the brake caliper, but you can see you can do some kind of funky stuff if you really want to, but we're not going to. We're going to be extremely boring and go with the same color. Okay, maybe it should be black and just do that. Trim color. Let's just look at it from the outside. So I'm not a fan of the lighter color that it did have, but black has got to be the way. Crew emblem goes on the bonnet, which we're not going to do. The roof, we can carbonize that and just do a carbon roof. If we're going to do it, then that might be what we would do. Yeah, go on, let's do it. Skirts, got custom. I think just the custom skirts will be best. Spoiler, well, that gives us a traction bonus, so we do want a spoiler. I'm tempted by the lip spoiler because they're always the best. I like the angles on the back end, and I'd rather have none, but I think the lip spoiler is the best one, the most discreet. So I'm going to lower it to the max competition for performance because this is one of the best cars in its class. Transmission, turbo, yes. Wheels. So this is the stock wheel, but you might want something else. I think the stock wheel does look very good, but you might want something else that's a bit more funky. So actually, let's have a look at the tuner because sometimes this has some good rims in the tuner. They're a bit chunky like the older style. For some reason, it's not colouring it in black, which you want. No, I'm not finding those that are good. So since we spent all that money on a non-discounted car, I want something chunky with the rims. The hot ring steely, I am tempted by. I want to hide that brake caliper as much as possible, but have something that looks good. The Aerostar, maybe. They're all too, like something like this. This has the silver on the outside, the deep flake, so I'm not sure about that. Yeah, low profile rims might not suit this era of car, but if I was, the Wild Wagon would be the way, probably. I'm still not finding it. So this is probably still look too low profile, but that is probably the one because it hides the brake calipers, which will just annoy me. So let's do that. I mean, it's not really in really what it should be, but we're going to do it anyway. Bulletproof tyres we already have. Tyre smoke. I'm just going to change that to being black. Windows, you do need to limo them out because it's a posh car. It does look good on the inside though. We'll have a look at that when we go outside. Okay, that's it. Done. We've confused ourselves enough with that car, but there is some decent customization. I thought it was going to be much worse than that for the price. Oh, I didn't put the pearlescent on. I was going to put a funky pearlescent on this car, like a yellow, or oh come on mate, get out my way, or a blue, a fluorescent blue. Completely forgot, but this looks good anyway. It does look good as it is. The lights are coming on as the sun's starting to go down. And what the hell am I doing? Let's look at those lights. They look great. Look great. It's a good looking car. It's a good driving car. It's the more classic S-Class, only the older variants, which I think look better than the new ones anyway. So um, that's good for those who are a fan. I think with the Mercedes, it was a choice between the C-Class and the E-Class, but for people who can't afford the S-Class. But I thought the C-Class was a bit too plasticky on the inside, although the E-Class was the one to go for, I think. But if you had the cash, obviously the S-Class, although later on the S-Class looked a bit funny. It looked a bit more ugly than the C and the E-Class, so yeah, it became an odd one. But this car, you can tell from the engine noise that it's an AMG. Listen. The internals, the seats are good, but the front end, it's very plasticky looking, so not exactly luxury that you'd expect with the S-Class. But it's overall a great looking car still. It's a great performing car. However, it's 69 grand. It's cheap for the one that is 69 grand, not this one. So that was the one I was going to buy, and that's the one you should buy because it's so cheap. It's an absolute bargain. And if you want it for free, just go to your nightclub and buy a nightclub. You'll get it for free with the nightclub because you can call it in through your chum. What's his name at the nightclub? So this is a great car. It sounds great. It performs great. It's great for just driving around in session. You can get 4 chums in. It's got bullet resistant windows, I think, so that's going to be great for not getting shot by NPCs. It might be able to take one missile from the Oppressor Mark II, it might not, I can't remember. Doesn't take a lot though, but bullet resistant windows, so yeah, yes it does, there we go. That's why I got the armored variant because it's GTA and I always prioritize the stuff that's going to most survive in session, even though it's got the armor on the side. So there we go. That is the Schafter V12. It's a great car. You need to purchase it. If you found this video useful, you know what to do. Drop your questions down below or any comments you have on the car. Which pearlescent would you have put on? What color? How would you have colored up the car? What choices would you have made differently? Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.